if I ran this country, the very first thing I would do before I did anything else is I would immediately change or set in course a change to permanently incarcerate indefinitely, forever, life, or century club, multiple, monumentally inconceivable, immane and huge periods of incarceration for people who engage in sexual battery against children, those who traffic in children. Now notice what I said. I didn't use the word pedophile. I was watching Marjorie Taylor Greene's performance on 60 Minutes, and it was good. But she and others are focusing on this term pedophile or pedophile for our UK friends. I want you to listen, and I've been deliberately staying away from this because I thought I'm wasting my time, but no, I can't take this any longer. I'm going to tell you exactly the way it is. First, let me explain to you something, and this may be surprising to you, but it's true. There are people who are involved in children's trafficking, either trafficking in images, through sextortion, through whatever, who have no individual and personal interest one way or another in children. They see children as money. They will traffic in children, children's pictures, children's bodies, children's souls, the same way they will traffic in ivory, drugs, fentanyl, labor, child labor, foreign labor, anything. Understand, rule number one, the criminal mind, the criminal trafficker. Trafficking means to deal in something illegal. That's nothing to, don't worry about movement. Don't worry about getting into a truck and a white van and a traffic. No. There are people who have been involved in a variety of horrible ventures, whether it's through child sexual abuse material, used to be called child pornography or, God forbid, kiddie porn. No, it's CSAM. They are involved in anything that involves money. Now, that's not to say there are large factions of people who do share this weird and sick sexual proclivity. I don't care about that. Now, let me get to the second part. There is a huge rubric called chronophilia. And chronophilia is people, humans who have a tendency to feel a sexual attraction towards someone or others because of their age. Mesophilia sounds like that asbestos, but that's adults. Gerontophilia, elderly. Teleophobia is also another one. There's a phebophilia, hebophilia. There's so many aspects, and infancy to adolescence, adolescence to prepubescent, toddler. It's disgusting. What difference does it make the name of this predisposition, attraction, whatever? Now, I'm going to say something to you which is never understood, but I'm going to try, maybe for the millionth time, I'll be successful. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you're attracted to. Okay? I just don't care. There are these adults attracted to whatever. I don't care about that. What you are attracted to, what you think within the recesses of your dark, dank, and fetid mind, means nothing to me. Think, imagine away. Okay? I don't care about this. The philia indicates an inclination towards enophilia, a love of wine. You want to go into this stuff? First things first, stop using this term. Now, why is that important? Simple. I'm not going to ever focus on a thought because that is a thought crime. I don't care what you think. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it until until I'm no more. Hate crimes are thought crimes. I don't care, not what you're attracted to, but what you loathe, the opposite. I don't care if you're a transphobe, transphile, paraphile, paraphilia. I don't care about that. What you think means nothing. The moment that you engage in a sexual or physical or personal violation of a human being, obviously without their consent, and children can never consent. The moment that happens, your motivation is of no concern to me. You are a felon, and you will be accorded, and you will be afforded, and you will be sent into a system of punitive, horrible, Devil's Island-like incarceration, the likes of which you've never seen before. This is the way to do it. We don't care. When you call something, when you refer to pedophiles, you're giving it a kind of a clinical term. You're giving the name. Think about this. We don't go after drug traffickers by saying drug addicts. We don't care what motivates someone to traffic in fentanyl, to support their own habit, to alleviate the pain of... No. We don't call a rapist a heterosexual. What motivated him? Is it heterosexuality? No, that had nothing to do with it. It's violence. In fact, let me say this again. We don't care. It doesn't come into this. When we had gambling statutes, and you can argue about that, whether gambling was verboten. We never called compulsive gambling, because once you give it a name, once you refer to it, another chronophilia. Who are these people? Who are these individuals attracted to minors? Have you ever gone through... I was looking at it today, and I could not... These minor attracted persons. This is... What? What? Nepiophiles, ephebophiles. What? This taxonomy that we're getting into? This nomenclature? I love words, being a logodentalist myself. It's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant. It does not matter. Stop using this term. Stop. There are people who are involved in sextortion of kids more than you will ever realize, who don't care about kids. But it's money. It's about money. Do you think people involved in drug trafficking, a lot of them don't use the product, don't get anywhere near it? Do you think people who are involved in illegal trafficking of ivory and endangered species are speciesistic, who have a hard time, I almost said something else, against elephants? What? No. It's bizarre. We have this thing now about wanting to know why. hate crimes. I've said this till I'm blue in the face. Your motivation for beating someone up, killing someone, burning something down, I don't care about your idea. It is not against the law to hate. And it is not against the law to ideate and fantasize about the sickest stuff in the world, so long as you don't objectify or follow through with this. You remember this? The old expression, my First Amendment right ends at the stops at the end of your nose. Now, by the same token, what we are doing now, by virtue of this demented society that we're living in, we are normalizing, we are breeding, we are conditioning, we are acclimating, habituating, training people, victims in waiting, to understand that this kind of thinking is okay, that this is a normal variation of life. Now, I will put that argument here and heartily recommend legislation and the like to address it. Absolutely. Absolutely. You understand this? Absolutely. But in the meantime, if you are involved in sexual battery involving someone, and you can do it of a particular age range, whatever, and children cannot consent, minimum mandatory, life in prison. I don't want to hear about anything involving, and I've told you this before, I don't want to hear anything about restorative justice. I don't want to hear about trying to help the pedophile. See? You see what they do? They make it sound like it's a mental illness. And we have to deal with the mental illness. And the reason why they're saying this is because you have been so insistent throughout the years using this term. Because to you, it's a pejorative. But what it's been doing, it's been misleading people into giving them some kind of a clinical excuse for something. Well, he's not really a criminal. He's a pedophile. I don't want to hear this anymore. Because you got to understand one thing. In the classic case, and believe me, when I was a prosecutor, the division that I was in, felony, misdemeanor, trafficking, the one that was the worst was juvenile. Because I saw stuff that was so sick. Intrafamilial? I mean, oh my God. It was that. And not only that, I had this idea about who the predators were. Who were they? It was the guy behind the park bench in the trench coat and the white van. It was coaches and by the way, it covered all spectra. My favorite, but I love when people used to also distinguish. Well, what's worse? A man assaulting a boy, or a man assaulting a girl? And I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Well, one would be homosexual. No! Wait a minute. No, this is a child. You know, again, why do we compartmentalize things? If somebody molests a duck, do you care if it's a drake or I don't know what the hell they're named for? But I mean, you're missing the point. Children are children are children. They are to be let alone. And if you touch one, that's it. Save it. Don't tell me. Don't tell me about some kind of attraction. No. It's too late. If you commit grand theft, no. Don't tell me about some weird kind of a form of this weird kind of a kleptomaniacal. No. Because remember something, a lot of drug addicts who involve themselves in trafficking are addicted. Doesn't matter that the courts. might mitigate it somewhat. So the first thing you do, let me go back to what I said. Number one, you pound these people. You put them away forever. You scare the hell out of these people because they are cowards. Cowards. Stop wasting time with all of this unnecessary nomenclature, this taxonomic names for. We don't care about that. Whatever. Come up with a new name. I don't care. Whatever it is, doesn't matter. We live in a hyphenated world, and when it comes to the victimization of children, it's got to stop. Okay? Now, if you like this video, like it. If you don't like it. Hit that like sign. Subscribe to this channel, and please, I want to hear from you. Comment as you see fit.